The biker community was out today riding to raise funds for the needy. More than 1,000 bikers took part in the fun, beginning their journey in Tampines this afternoon. They then went to the PUB Recreation Club, where they accompanied the event's special guest, Environment and Water Resources Minister Vivian Balakrishnan, to the Singapore Power Club, where he arrived in style in a gold winger. The group Riders Aid gathers regularly to raise funds for various charities every year. And this Lunar New Year event is aimed at helping the Singapore Power Hardware Fund. Riders Aid aims to raise $20,000 and Singapore Power will match the donations 1 for 1. Joining them were also some 20 senior citizens from Swami Home who are among the beneficiaries. Over 1,500 cyclists gathered along Upper Thomson Road this morning to mark this year's Safe Cycling Day. Well, this is the third year that the event is being held. The 2013 campaign is entitled Respect, and it aims to encourage stronger mutual respect between motorists, cyclists and pedestrians on Singapore roads. Cycling has a huge following, with the cycling community attracting both locals and foreigners living here.
It's important because overall we are the smallest thing on the road, and we want the drivers to actually share the road with us.
We also have to put across the message that we do respect traffic rules also, so that they recognize our existence.
And bringing the Lunar New Year to a close on a colourful note, the Chingay Parade hit the streets of Pasir Ris this evening. 11 dazzling floats from this year's Chingay 2013 made their way through the neighbourhood. Performers on the magnificent displays hyped up the show. Finale was a Gatai performance. We leave you with the highlights. This has been Singapore Tonight.
Monday on AM Live.
I think it's about time to find a good point to tell the audience, hey, I gotta stop one day.
Actor Jackie Chan talks about his retirement from action movies. Don't miss our interview.
A new program for fathers looking to become better dads. We check it out.
And on Chatterbox, we discuss if one parent had to stay home to care for the kids, who would it be?
Join in our Chatterbox conversation and tell us on Facebook Monday on AM Live.
Building an advanced combat machine for a third-generation army. Making of the Terex infantry carrier vehicle exposed for the first time. Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
This program is brought to you by ST Kinetics, a company of ST Engineering.
That's IT uploaded.
Hello everyone, thanks for staying in again on That's IT. In his latest State of the Union speech, President Barack Obama spoke about the potential of 3D printing. He seems to think that this not-so-new innovation will change the way we do things and revolutionize manufacturing in America. So tonight, Channel News Asia's Quinn Bowman revisits 3D printing.
These guitars weren't made by human hands. They were made by a printer, a 3D printer. And now anyone at home can print almost any solid object they can imagine, and at a bargain. These 3D printers from 3D Systems cost just $1,300, and they're small enough to wear.
You're watching 3D printers make toys and jewelry and all kinds of home objects and architectural models.
These printers work by translating a virtual image into a layer upon layer of plastic. And there are even software programs that let you completely customize whatever object you want to print.
3D printing technology is not new. It's usually just reserved for industrial applications. But advances in the space have made it possible for consumers at home to print things as big as a basketball, like this.
Aside from creating toys or novelty items, these printers can be used to make prototypes or test parts for a car, for example. This electronics vendor says he could use it to test products before manufacturing them.
Here's the concept, I made the drawing, does it work? Put it into something like this, and go, yeah, hey, that works.
Reichenthal says that's just one example of how useful the technology is.
3D printing touches people every day in all industries, whether you know it or not. Every gadget that you use, your shoes, all of it at some point in its life cycle was 3D printed.
Prototypes are only one end of the spectrum. The future of the industry is wide open. A French company has printed this functioning robot using a 3D printer. And there are even 3D printers that can make copies of themselves. Quinn Bowman for That's IT, San Francisco.
Most of us buy a smartphone for the ease of use or the apps we're very familiar with or for the brand name. But would you consider using a smartphone if it has an exquisite camera going for it? Well, Nokia says its Lumia 920's camera is a cut above the rest. So we put it on the That's IT stress test and let you decide.
The Nokia Lumia 920, a gorgeous hardware, an outstanding operating system, a lackluster collection of apps in the store. But the PureView camera has potential to be awesome. According to the specs on paper, it is supposed to take blur-free photos all the time. And its optical image stabilization system is, supposedly, the best in its class. Nokia tells me its engineers modeled the complex nature of our hand movements to provide the best possible stability. Really now. So I decided to put the Lumia's camera on shaky ground.
We're going to call this the destabilizing contraption. What we're going to do is try it out on 3 smartphones. I have the Nokia Lumia, of course, the iPhone, and the Samsung Galaxy. And all you have to do is prop this smartphone up over here. We're going to take pictures while moving it. So this one jumps. We're going to take pictures and videos, and then I'll show you the result.
I have the Lumia on one side and the iPhone on the other. I take a video clip while I violently shake the destabilizer platform. Next, I put the S3 and do steps 1 to 3 all over again. Now take a look at the videos. The one you see on the left is the Lumia. The one on the right is the S3. And now, the one on the right is the iPhone 5. Shaking the destabilizing platform is really fun, so I used it to snap normal pictures as well. Now have a look at the results. Nokia also claims the Lumia takes the best photos in low light conditions, so we tried it. Inside that hole is an object engulfed in total darkness, except for a faint light. I'll subject all 3 smartphones with the same setting, flash off and night mode, except the iPhone 5 doesn't really have a night mode. First, I'll take a pic with the iPhone 5. Now the S3. Now the Lumia. Look at the results. Convinced? I know I am. I just hope Nokia gets more relevant apps to us soon. Then, perhaps, we can think about making that switch.
What we see in movies like Star Wars or Iron Man are no longer just for Hollywood. Today, real-life battlefields are starting to look like movie sets thanks to defense technologies. Check this out.
Drones, robots, and high-powered weapons are now starting to look common in the modern-day battlefield, like this Predator drone. Unlike traditional drones, which require a short runway for takeoff and landing, the Predator has a Harrier-style vertical takeoff and landing ability. The Predator is also powered entirely by batteries, so it is virtually silent, making it much better for covert operations. Increasingly, the military is using robots in ground-led operations. This is the COF 3200, a sort of robotic ball with 2 cameras. It can be used on land, on very steep terrain of angles of up to 32 degrees, and in water. But where would the military use this, you ask?
Well, first of all, you want to use it in areas that are very difficult for humans to go into, because there could be mines and other more dangerous and challenging situations. Then you want to use the robot. So the robot will go into a field, and if that field happens to be mined, then, at least you won't lose any humans.
Soldiers are often limited by their own strength and endurance, but there is now a solution to that: the Hercules exoskeleton. It is designed to reduce fatigue from carrying heavy loads. With this, a soldier can carry up to 40 kilograms without effort. The exoskeleton is carrying that weight, and the soldier walks free. Then there is the Crab project, that is Combat Reconnaissance Armored Buggy. It can move like a crab, make a U-turn in short 10-meter gaps, and it can carry 3 people on board, whatever the terrain. Let's just hope these defense systems never have to be used in war.
And that's a wrap. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like us on Facebook or follow on Twitter. I'm Timothy Go. That's it.
There are so many ways to define them. Get the right one. Understand what they do and who they are. Exclusively at channelnewsasia.com/socialinc.
To hand out the most prestigious award of the night.
Channel News Asia Luminary Awards 2013. Brought to you by Official Hotel Partner, the Fullerton Hotel. Official Car Partner, Chrysler. Research and Knowledge Partners,